Namaskar. We would like to welcome you all on AYUSH Samriddhi International Webinar Series 1937 milestone to celebrate National Personal Space Day. It may be of USA, but we can't hide the national because somewhere it is National Personal Space Day. We are celebrating it, and this space is especially meant for physical and emotional space between, as Dr. Sakat has told us, really he is right that sentimental, emotional, every space count. So thank you very much for joining in our this webinar. I would like to request Professor V.K. Agnihotri sir to welcome our special guests, Dr. Sakat and Dr. Suparna ji.
Thank you, Professor Pawan Sharma ji. Really, it's a very unique topic and carrying a lot of hidden emotions and ideas that how it should be kept in practice to perform and to go to the inbuilt meaningfulness of this topic and the day also. Very naturally, in India, it's very difficult to be personal and to make personal spaces because of the overburden and minimum available time, say between husband and wife or the close relation. That's why, keeping this view in mind, this might be adopted as a day to be celebrated in the terms of the personal space. I also congratulate the person, those who are joining as our guest speakers, especially Dr. Sekhar Kumar Basuji and also Dr. Suparna Sanal Mukherjee. And I also extend my thanks for the previous webinar where they poured full knowledge regarding the security concern about our computer use and the internet use. Over into we can go mistakes and results are always there, so we should be careful for using internet and protect our data, etc. And in this topic of our third webinar, consecutively, we are here to know a lot of things regarding personal space as far as the human beings are concerned. So thank you so much, and over to Professor Pawan. Namaskar.
With your kind permission, sir, I would like to share something.
Yes, I invite
Just
Professor Pawan Sharma to just reveal some facts regarding this day, why it is means celebrated, and what are the importance and utility behind this topic. Thank you.
एक बच्चों की तरह से स्टोरी है सर. यू आर टू क्लोज. कभी कभी हम दोस्तों में रहते हैं, कभी हम छूते हैं, ये अनकंफर्टेबल फील करता है. तो सब हम आदमियों के लिए एक पर्सनल स्पेस है जो कंफर्ट करने के लिए ठीक है. और उसमें भी एक लेयर्स हैं, 4 लेयर्स हैं. सबसे पहली लेयर इंटरनल लेयर फैमिली, देन फ्रेंड्स, देन एक्वेंटेंस एंड देन स्ट्रेंजर्स. तो सबसे अलग अलग दूरी बना के मिलना पड़ता है. बाकी इमोशनल के बारे में तो डेफिनेटली हम सकत जी से सुनेंगे ही. लेकिन मैं फिजिकल की बात कर लूं, हमारी गवर्नमेंट ने तो पर्सनल स्पेस 6 फीट बता दी थी कोरोना में. लेकिन हर एक की एक ज्यादा से ज्यादा जरूरत से ज्यादा नजदीकियां ये ज्यादा अच्छी नहीं है. लाइन में हो, रिश्तों में हो, अकेले में हो, हर जगह हर आदमी को एक पर्सनल स्पेस का ख्याल होना चाहिए. जैसे दोस्तों के साथ बैठ सकते हैं, उसमें भी एक तमीज होना चाहिए कि हम दोस्तों के साथ किस तरह से बैठे हैं. केवल एक ही वो है फैमिली, जिससे हम बोल्डली इंटरनल सर्कल में कैसे भी स्पेस अपनी एडजस्ट कर सकते हैं. तो यदि बच्चा भी है, बड़ा भी है, कोई भी है, इट इज बेस्ट टू आस्क इफ इट इज ओके फर्स्ट. यदि किसी की आप पर्सनल स्पेस में घुस रहे हो, वुड यू लाइक ए हग. अब बोलिए फॉरेन में हम लोग तो वैसे ही गले मिल लेते हैं, आदमियों से आदमी, औरतों से औरतें, लेकिन थोड़ा पूछना उचित है. जब हग भी कर रहे हैं तो उनकी अलग 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 है. फ्रेंड है कि वो स्ट्रेंजर है कि कोई और नया है. तो इसीलिए मैं इसका ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं जाना चाहता, समय कम है. लेकिन फिर भी पर्सनल स्पेस इंपॉर्टेंट है. और आज की पर्सनल स्पेस बड़ी डिवाइडेड हो गई है। हस्बैंड वाइफ भी रेलवे लाइन बन चुके हैं। एक इधर पीट करके मोबाइल खेलता रहता है, एक इधर पीट करके मोबाइल खेलता रहता है। तो आज की डेट में उस स्पेस का अभाव नहीं है। एक का मुंह इधर है तो 6 फीट कमरा उसका है, एक का मुंह इधर है तो 6 फीट कमरा उसका है। तो अपने अपने एरिया में बड़े आराम से सब आनंद करते हैं। मैं
भगवान।
आदरणीय सुपर्णा मैडम को
रे-
बुलाना
रे-
चाहता।
रेलवे
वेलकम
डिपार्टमेंट का
सुपर्णा।
धन्यवाद, रेलवे डिपार्टमेंट धन्यवाद, आपने उनकी उपमा कोट करी है। रेलवे
आज के
डिपार्टमेंट।
80% पति पत्नी सर रेलवे लाइन बन के जी रहे हैं। कभी धोखे में मिल गए तो एक्सीडेंट हो जाएगा रेल का। संग में चल रहे हैं, एक दूसरे के विचार पसंद नहीं है, एक दूसरे की भावनाओं का सम्मान नहीं है। एक कहीं कहीं तो 20% केसेस में तो एक दूसरे की शक्ल पसंद नहीं है। मतलब वो चंद्रमुखी ज्वाला, वो सूर्यमुखी और ज्वालामुखी पीरियड की बात है। चंद्रमुखी में तो सब कुछ ये अलाउड है। एक्चुअली स्पेस चंद्रमुखी पीरियड में ही चाहिए। सो आई वुड लाइक टू वेलकम डॉक्टर सुपर्णा सान्याल मुखर्जी मैडम फॉर हिज हर वैल्यूएबल गाइडेंस। डॉक्टर सुपर्णा मैडम, एम
Again,
आई
very
ऑडियो?
good evening.
यस।
Again, very good evening to all the dignitaries over here. Thank you for giving me another opportunity to say something on this auspicious topic and auspicious day. The personal space which lead to personal peace. So, personal peace and self peace is needed of everyone's life. So, if you get the peace in your mind and soul, you can do the better work and you can produce the better, thinking, better possibilities, better probabilities, and better achievement of your life. You are the best judge of yourself. No one can change your mind, no one can change your day, no one can change your think, no one can change your personality whatsoever. But you are the only person who can change the world, who has the possibilities, who has the probabilities to change the world. If we have seen, and if we have gone through this, the legendary persons like Rabindranath Tagore, like Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna. So there are so many legend personalities like Einstein, Newton, so many, Darwin. So they have done by themselves. So you should have a space for the personal work. It is actually a comprehensive method for healing that everybody can do their best for if they can spend some little space for their themselves. It is good for them to be assessed. So we can say that the personal space is leading to emotional effective and emotional practice on emotional freedom techniques. Emotional freedom techniques, it is a very emotional impact which can lead you to the uprightment. It can lead you to reach your goal. So if we can quote that, Swami Vivekananda, he said that awake, arise, not stop till the goal is reached. So what is your goal? Where you would like to be? The goal is not the oblivion; it is beyond oblivion. So if you can think, if we cannot see the other parts of the sea, but if we can imagine it, so that's why our imagination should be to some extent where we want to reach. And that's why we have to talk by ourselves. So we have to हम हमारे साथ बात करना चाहते हैं हमारे अंतर के साथ हमारे मननशीलता के साथ हमारे फ्रीडम के साथ. So this freedom is not the tapping for the getting and recover or the enlarge your probabilities and possibilities wherever you would like to go, whatever you would like to do. It is not the self constant. It is also the freedom is there. You can think it, but it should not be affected the society. It should not be hurt someone else. Your thinking and your capacity should be encourage yourself to be honored, to be restricted, to be humor, to be humble. These are the attitude which can lead you to your reach to your goal. As the homework between the if you are any kinds of profession like doctors, professors, lawyers, they needed the space where they can study, and the daily tactic to remove the emotional disturbances and the emotional threaten. That means someone will uh, unnecessarily torture you emotionally. There is so many terms like emotionally blackmail. So if that is happening, so which can accumulate over your lifetime and thereby improve your which may not be improve your day-to-day life activities, but you have to just kept in abeyance and you have to go forward and move forward. And to remove possible contributors to your serious diseases, you have to be you need a space and where you can need it for your recovery. And yeah, there are some to promote relaxation. You need the space to be and the yourself, not with the others. So maybe your husband, wife, or the father, parents, or you, the friends. So every time you need a space. In the classroom, you need a space. In the workplace, you should need a place. In home, you need a place. So where you can stay by yourself. That means you are talking with yourself. So which can resolve your problems, which can resolve your stress, which can give you the resolve your trauma, and which can give you the mental peace. This mental peace will help you to go forward and marching forward. So the on that point, it is very specific that the self image, anxiety, depression, insomnia, then addictions, compulsions, feeling of abandonment. So these are also you can recover, and you can recover your anxiety if you can talk with yourselves. So removing the emotional baggage from your specific events, which can result in less or the less internal conflict. Less internal conflict results in turn in greater personal peace and less suffering on this all levels of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual activities. For many people, the personal peace procedure has led to the complete concession of lifelong issues and that other methods did not resolve. So, what you are, only you know it. Where is your backlog? Only you know it. So, how do you solve it? With the personal peace. So, personal space that means lead to the personal peace by which you can recover all the negativity in your side and you can enrich your positivity and you will be shine like a sun. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thanks to giving me such an opportunity.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Dr. Sakat Kumar Basu ji on the topic. Dr. Sakat Kumar Basu, please. Then we will
Thank you.
change our webinar on Small Business Day. Thank you.
No problem, no problem. Thank you, शर्मा जी. पहले मैं ये शेयर कर दूं, like with all due respect, मैं ये पर्सनल स्पेस या स्पेस के बारे में जब हम बात करते हैं फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर पर्सपेक्टिव, I am very clear to establish that this is not about personal space. मतलब personal space मतलब ये physical space की बारे में नहीं है. मतलब एक दूसरे एक two people traveling on the aircraft, two people traveling on the train side by side, आप जा रहे हो या crowded plane में आप जा रहे हो, you can be entirely silent because you do not know these people. What the other person is saying, what that other person is talking does not impact us and stuff because we are not connected to them. Again, हमारे पर्सनल लाइफ में भी आप अगर देखें, वी मे बी सराउंडेड बाय पीपल, देयर मे बी हंड्रेड्स ऑफ पीपल अराउंड यू, but you still may be very lonely in the sense that the people around you are not connecting either intellectually or emotionally to you. So, a personal space in this regard is what we call a emotional space. मेरे लिए this is very much an emotional space. This is very much an intellectual space. लेकिन unfortunately, in a country like India, where we are overpopulated, and because our family is overprotective, whether it is our parents, whether it is our siblings, brothers, sisters, our relatives, whether it is our friends, neighbors, yeah, your spouse, whether it is your husband or wife, we are overarchingly bending on each other. I'm not talking about this physically touching. I'm talking about emotionally overlapping one another. ऐसे कई दिन होते हैं, like we may have worked throughout the day and stuff. There may have things happened in your office. There may have things or incidents happened in your life that you do not feel very comfortable, and you are not looking very happy and cheerful. But particularly in an Indian context of the family, because our family is very caring, they always want to share all every challenges and problems that we have. If you come with your move, your face hanging down, definitely, whether it is your close family member, whether it is your parents, whether it is your brother, sister, close friends, etc., or even your spouse, if you do not look cheerful, if you do not look the normal way that you would look every day, there will be very serious questions as ऐसा क्यों है, what has happened to you, is there any problem, can I help you, etc., etc. I think the intention here is very good. You see a person, you know him by his attitude, the way he behaves or she behaves and stuff, and how whether he or she is looking cheerful and stuff. But it is also important to understand that that individual is an individual by self. It is not always necessary that he or she has to share everything with you. This is what we are talking about, personal space. But if we don't do this, if a husband does not share why he's not looking very jovial on a particular day when his wife is asking, or the same thing, the wife may not be looking very happy and the husband wants to know what has happened. Sometimes if you are not comfortable in sharing, there is definitely going to be an ego and an emotional clash. Okay, I am no longer a part important in your life. Whether even if it is your parents, even if it is between brothers and sisters, this is what we are talking about, giving space. Why, that one person does not want to talk or one person does not want to share, it is important that we learn this civic sense of not pushing that person to share. This is what we mean by personal space. This personal space is a very, very sensitive area. We all, because we are not aware of this, because we are thinking about it is the physical space we are talking about. Absolutely not. It is the emotional and intellectual space that we are talking about. So if you come to a day and you see your spouse does not want to share why she is not looking happy, or if there's something has happened to it, her or not, you may be dying to know why she's behaving in that particular way. But if she is not comfortable to share, or if that we replace that she by he, that individual is not ready to share, it is very civic, it is very democratic, it is very humanized to give that individual that respect of letting her secret to be with her. Sometimes, if we leave that space with that particular individual, that same individual maybe come back 2 or 3 days after the incident and share the problem and stuff that may have happened and ask maybe your suggestion and stuff. But our culture is such that unless you share it right there, right at that moment, right at that fraction of a time, we take it in a very emotional way. We take it in a very egoistic way. And this is where the personal space is crashed. It could be even your kids. Sometimes they are coming from a tuition and stuff, they are not looking happy, they are looking stressed. You ask, definitely as a parent, is there any problem? If I can help you or stuff and things like that. But if he or she is not ready to share right at that moment, it is important that we do not jump into the action and push them to a corner or stuff and make them say why they are not feeling comfortable, what is the problem, what is the challenge. Many things happen to our life, mostly emotional, that we are not always very comfortable in sharing. Say, for example, you may have a daughter who has gone maybe in a relationship with someone, may have gone to the coaching center, maybe they have got a fight, and maybe they have broken up. And the girl looks sad, she comes back. Unless she herself volunteers to share the story with you, even if she breaks down in tears and does not want to say something, give her that support. Give her a hug, give her a pat, but don't ask what has happened. She will come. Give her that time, or give that individual the time to reconcile with what has happened to her personal life, any changes that may have impacted her, any significant emotional sway that might have sung her. It is important to give that time. And that giving that time and giving and leaving her alone or leaving him alone for that moment is what we define as giving an individual that space. Particularly in a country like India, or I would say this is a very much developing country problem where our family is very familiaristic. Right? A major difference between Eastern civilization and Western civilization is in Western countries, an individual's freedom is highly recognized. In our societies, in Eastern cultures, a family freedom is most highly recognized. We take decisions together. Even when we are growing up, even we decide what who is going to be your life partner, wherever we are going to vote, what school or colleges you are going to study, what subjects you are going to take. It is not necessary that the parents are overarchingly interfering with the life of their son or daughter, but it is the culture which has taught us that you need to be involved in every single part, in every single stage of their life. It is very important for us to learn this, that there are stages where you need to leave your kids alone. They are also growing up. We call this personal space. If she or he is playing on a computer, not in a study mode and stuff, don't keep her being coming back every 5 minutes and taking them. Oh, go and study, go and study, go and study. Remember your days. You have not studied, and those same days too. You are not a brilliant student at the same time. So remember what you were and what you are expecting them to do. And by interfering in that space, by coming back and sitting on their shoulder every time, directing what they need to do, what they need to eat, when they need to take a shower. Even to these days, I am 50 plus. My mother, whenever I'm in Kolkata, whenever she will see me, she will tell, "Oh, you have not taken the shower. You have not taken the shower. You have not taken the shower." She gets on my nerve. But I am old enough to know when I need to go to shower. I am not leaving that day. I may be staying home. So I do not need to take shower early in the morning. But for her, I am still that 4-year-old baby that needs to take shower in the morning. So she keeps on reminding me. But I understand this is her age. This is the time that she is not being able to see me as a 50-year-old mature man. She's looking at me as a 4-year-old baby. But not everyone is that respectful, not everyone is not that reactive. Sometimes we get harsh to our parents. Oh, every time kya hai? Every time you are getting into my nerves and telling me to kale. I'm not a child. I will come and eat. So it is both sides, like for parents to understand that where we need to give a break or give a space. Also at the same time, it is also important for the children or the wards to also understand that it is the overarching love and care of their parents. They have not lived a life of their own. They never thought about their career aspirations. Their only goal was, my son and my daughter will do good. I want to see them settle. I want to see them happy. So, but this does not happen in Western countries. They have a life of their own. But here we do not have a life of our own. We are always surviving in and around our children. So we are so attached. Like looking into Gita, you will see 100 times in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it has been said, get away from your attachment. Do your duty, but do not get attached. If you are attached, you will have pain. Why? Because if you are 20 times, you may be doing the right thing by saying, "Oh, re beta, ja re, nahale, nahale, nahale." But that person that you are saying is getting irritated. He's not, or she's not giving the value of concern that you are having. So we all need to know where to stop. This is what is personal space, which unfortunately, from the very rich to the very poor in Indian society, is absolutely absent. And we always have to understand that we have to agree to disagree. Long time back, when women were completely dependent on men in India, whatever you see your say your wife would accept because she had no other choice. Now she earns possibly more than you. She may be in a better designated position than you. This is no longer that she is going to listen to whatever you are saying. They have a mind of their own. That's an individual person, maybe your wife, but that's not a slave. Maybe your husband, but that's not a slave. Both spouses need to understand this, give that respect. And is everyone is standing on the other side and having a little spend of time with their mobile, unless they are not connecting to another man or woman or having an extramarital relationship, I think it is okay to turn your back from one another and look into your mobile before going to bed, rather than facing each other and fighting on non-trivial issues. This is what my version of personal space is. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure being on this platform. Thank you.
गजब गजब, कहाँ की धारा कहाँ मोड़ देते हो, गजब। सैल्यूट सैल्यूट सागर जी, सैल्यूट, रियली
Thank you
सैल्यूट।
very much.
गजब ज्ञान का प्रवाह वाकई में। मैं वी आर स्टार्टिंग विद इन 1 मिनट। अग्निहोत्री सर काइंडली कर।
Really,
नेक्स्ट वेबिनार ऑन स्मॉल बिजनेस, ब्रीफ वेबिनार विद इन हाफ एन आवर।
thanks to both our guest speakers of this webinar. Really, this personal space is containing a lot of aspects, and it depends upon the sight of viewers. As you view this